What if nothing was the most powerful thing in the universe? A concept so profound, so fundamental, that it underpins everything we know. It sounds like a riddle, a paradox wrapped in an enigma, but it's the story of zero. The unlikely hero of mathematics and modern civilization. We spend our lives chasing something, a constant pursuit, a relentless drive to acquire and achieve. Money, the promise of security, friends, the comfort of connection, knowledge, the power of understanding, always seeking more, striving for that elusive something just beyond our grasp. Nothingness seems like the opposite, the antithesis of everything we desire. Absence, a void, a lack, a desolate expanse where dreams wither and ambitions fade. Yet the idea of nothing is not empty at all. It's pregnant with possibility, brimming with potential. It holds a power that has shaped history, influencing the rise and fall of empires, the course of human events, science driving innovation and unlocking the secrets of the universe, and our understanding of reality, challenging our perceptions and expanding the horizons of human thought. The story of zero is the story of a number that fought for its existence, a silent revolution that transformed the world. For most of human history, there was no symbol for absence, no way to represent the void, the emptiness, the nothing. If you had no sheep, you simply said so. No need for a symbol to denote the lack. It was self-evident. But this missing idea held humanity back, shackling our potential and limiting our progress. Without a way to write down nothing, our mathematics was clumsy, our science limited, our understanding incomplete. Zero is a paradox, a mathematical enigma that defies simple explanation. A number that signifies absence, yet its invention created an explosion of knowledge, a big bang of intellectual discovery. Great minds in ancient Greece rejected it, dismissing it as an absurdity, a philosophical impossibility. Religious authorities feared it, viewing it as a threat to their established order, a challenge to divine authority. Zero was a dangerous idea, a subversive concept that threatened to unravel the fabric of society. A revolution disguised as a simple circle, a symbol of nothing that changed everything. Is zero truly nothing, an empty placeholder, or the most important something we ever conceived? A key to unlocking the universe's deepest secrets? We'll travel back to a world without zero, a world of limited understanding and restricted potential. Witness its birth in India, the moment when nothingness was given a name and a symbol, and see how it unlocked the secrets of the cosmos and built our digital world, shaping the technology that defines our modern lives. The story of zero is the biography of a dangerous, powerful, and essential idea, a testament to the transformative power of human ingenuity. It's the story of how we learned to count, to quantify the world around us, to measure and understand the universe, and to comprehend absolutely nothing, to embrace the void, to find meaning in the absence. Let's begin our journey into the heart of nothingness, a voyage of discovery into the most profound concept ever conceived. What happens when nothing becomes everything, when the absence of something gives rise to the universe as we know it? Imagine a world without zero, a world where the concept of nothing, of emptiness, simply didn't exist. It's a difficult thing to truly fathom, isn't it? Counting in those early days was a purely physical act, a one-to-one correspondence between objects and representation. It was intrinsically tied to what you could see and touch, to the tangible reality right in front of you. Abstraction was a distant dream. Early humans in their ingenuity used pebbles, fingers always readily available, notches carved into wood or knots meticulously tied into ropes to count what was present, the animals in their herd, the days until the next harvest. Not what was absent, what was missing, or what simply didn't exist. The very idea was a conceptual hurdle. This system, while rudimentary, worked well enough for simple arithmetic, for the everyday calculations needed for survival. But as societies grew and became more complex, writing large numbers became increasingly impractical, a cumbersome and unwieldy process. The Romans, with their vast empire and sophisticated infrastructure, improved things somewhat with their iconic symbols like I, V, and X, a system that still echoes through time, but their system, for all its strengths, had no way, no mechanism to represent an empty place, a placeholder, a void within a number. The abacus, an ancient calculating device, was a clever tool, a marvel of early engineering. Empty columns on the abacus stood for nothing, indicating a power of 10 that wasn't present but only as a physical placeholder, a temporary state within the calculation. Once the beads were reset, clearing the device for the next calculation, the number and the representation of that nothing vanished completely. How could you permanently write down that emptiness, that absence of value? How could you record nothing? The Babylonians in their ancient Mesopotamian cities came tantalizingly close, using a symbol, a kind of wedge-shaped mark, for an empty place within their number system, but its use was frustratingly inconsistent, applied only when needed to avoid ambiguity, and never, crucially, as a true number in its own right, a value that could stand alone. Their placeholder was essentially a punctuation mark, a grammatical tool within their mathematical language, not a value you could add or subtract, multiply or divide. It couldn't be used in mathematical operations. The world unknowingly was still waiting, holding its breath for a breakthrough, for nothing to become something, for absence to gain a presence, for the void to be quantified. Without a dedicated symbol for absence, a way to represent nothingness, mathematics and the potential for scientific advancement was fundamentally stuck, limited by its inability to grasp the void. The leap from counting tangible things, from quantifying the physical world, to representing nothing, to embracing the abstract concept of zero, was still to come, a future development that would reshape civilization. The stage was set, the players were in place for a mathematical revolution of unprecedented scale. The world, unknowingly yearning for progress, desperately needed a way to write down the void, to give form to the formless. The answer, the key to unlocking this mathematical puzzle, would come from the East, from the ancient civilizations of India. Zero, as a concept and a symbol, was about to be born, ushering in a new era of mathematical understanding. The journey of nothing, from abstract idea to powerful mathematical tool, was just beginning, its impact yet to be fully realized. The next chapter, the story of Zero's arrival, would change everything we thought we knew about numbers and their potential. The world, in its own way, was ready for Zero, ready for the revolution it would bring, even if it didn't consciously know it yet, even if the need for Zero was a silent, unarticulated yearning. The power of nothing, the immense potential hidden within the void, was about to be unleashed upon the world, forever changing the course of mathematics and science. The revolutionary idea that nothing could be a number was born in ancient India. Indian mathematicians gave emptiness a name, shunya, and a symbol, a dot, later an oval. They treated zero as a number in its own right, not just a placeholder. Brahmagupta, in the 7th century, defined the rules. Add zero, nothing changes, multiply by zero, the result is zero. He even tackled division by zero, a puzzle for centuries. Zero became a tool for advanced calculation, not just a way to tell 305 from 35. The Hindu-Arabic numeral system, with zero, was elegant and powerful. Merchants and scholars carried this gift along the Silk Road. The world was about to receive the power of nothing. Zero's journey from placeholder to number was slow and hard-won. The Babylonians used a placeholder but never as a true number. The Greeks rejected zero, seeing it as a contradiction. How could you count what doesn't exist? Their universe had no room for a void. In India, cultural comfort with the void allowed mathematicians to embrace zero. Brahmagupta and others codified its rules, 5 minus 5 equals 0. This was revolutionary. Zero became a result, not just a space filler. With zero, negative numbers and the number line became possible. Algebra could flourish, equations could be solved. Zero became the pivot point, the origin of all numbers. Mathematics gained a new dimension. The placeholder had become a number. Nothing was now something. As zero traveled west, it met fierce resistance. In the Islamic world, scholars like Al-Khwarizmi embraced zero, calling it cipher, the root of cipher and zero. But in medieval Europe, the church saw zero as heretical, a symbol of the void and chaos. Merchants, however, saw its practical value. Calculating with Roman numerals was a nightmare. Zero made math easier. Despite bans and suspicion, the new numerals spread through trade. Fibonacci's Liber Abaci showed Europe the power of zero. For centuries, Abacists clung to the old ways, while algorists championed zero. Some cities even banned Arabic numerals, fearing forgery. But efficiency won out. Zero's power was undeniable. The dangerous idea of nothing found its home in the West. The revolution was complete. Nothing had conquered something. Once accepted, zero transformed science. Astronomy, once limited by clumsy numerals, now soared with precise calculations. Calculus, invented by Newton and Leibniz, is built on the idea of approaching zero. Zero is the anchor of coordinate systems, the reference point for all measurement. In physics, absolute zero is the coldest possible temperature. In chemistry, a neutral atom's charge is zero. In engineering, zeros after the decimal ensure precision. Zero is not just a number, it's the foundation of scientific progress. The scientific revolution was powered by nothing. Zero is the backbone of the digital world. Every computer, phone, and network runs on binary ones and zeros. Zero means off, one means on. From this, all digital complexity arises. Your device's screen text and software are all encoded in ones and zeros. Zero is half the system. Without it, digital information couldn't exist. Binary allows perfect, lossless copying. A zero is always a zero. The certainty of zero makes the digital world reliable. From finance to AI, zero is the silent partner in every transaction. The digital revolution was built on the acceptance of zero. The ancient idea of nothing became the key to everything. Zero is the foundation of our connected world. Zero shapes our daily lives, often unseen. Digital clocks, bank balances, and measurements all rely on zero as a starting point or reference. Zero marks the beginning of time, the baseline in finance, and the freezing point in weather. It's the line between having and owing, the start of every race, the origin on every map. Zero is woven into our language: zero tolerance, ground zero, 0 grams. It provides order, precision, and context in everything from sports scores to credit scores. We take it for granted, but zero is everywhere. This humble circle is now indispensable. Zero is the invisible architect of our orderly world. It's the silent force behind our systems and routines. Nothing has become essential. We've journeyed from a world where the concept of zero was absent, a world operating without this seemingly simple yet profoundly impactful idea, to the modern age, a world built upon it, where zero is not just a number, but a cornerstone of our understanding of mathematics, science, and technology. It's woven into the very fabric of our modern existence. Born as Shunya in India, a philosophical and mathematical breakthrough, it represented emptiness, a void, a concept that would eventually revolutionize the world. Initially feared in Europe, viewed with suspicion and resistance, it challenged established norms and threatened traditional ways of thinking about numbers and quantities. But eventually, zero became the key to unlocking the doors of science and technology, enabling advancements that were previously unimaginable. It became an indispensable tool for progress. Is zero truly nothing, a mere placeholder, an absence of value? Or is nothing something powerful, a fundamental building block of reality, a concept brimming with potential and hidden depths? Zero represents absence, the lack of something tangible. It's the number of unicorns currently residing in this room, a whimsical illustration of its meaning. It's the score before a game begins, a blank slate, a moment of pure potential. Yet despite representing nothing, it's also a real number, an integral part of our mathematical system. It's the center of the number line, the point of origin, the identity for addition, the element that leaves everything unchanged. In the digital world, zero is a physical state, a fundamental component of binary code. It signifies off, a crucial state that allows for the complex operations of computers and countless other devices. Zero is both nothing and something, a paradox that challenges our understanding of reality. It serves as a bridge between existence and non-existence, connecting the tangible and the intangible. We tamed the void, confronted the emptiness, and dared to explore its depths. We gave it a name, assigned it a symbol, and brought it into the realm of human understanding. And in doing so, we unlocked new ways of thinking, revolutionizing mathematics, science, and philosophy. Zero is more than just a number. It's a concept that has shaped our world. It's a mirror reflecting our ability to find meaning in nothing, to extract value from emptiness. The paradox endures, a testament to the enduring power of human curiosity and ingenuity. Nothing is, in fact, something. The story of zero is ultimately the story of human imagination, our capacity to create something from nothing. We found power in the void, strength in the absence, and potential in the emptiness. And in doing so, by embracing the concept of zero, we fundamentally changed the world, shaping the course of human history. Thanks for watching. If you found something interesting, give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts, share with friends, and subscribe for more awesome content. See you in the next one.